So the client leaks to the media, and I want to reiterate that point at the beginning of this video. There is no proof that anyone on the British royal family side, okay, well, technically Harry is, so on King Charles' side, we'll say that, there is no proof whatsoever that King Charles or anyone on his side has confirmed that he will be meeting with Harry. All of it, for the last, I would say, 12 hours since this news broke, all of it, okay, comes from one place. A U.S. source. So what that means to me, and what I'm here to report to you, is just like the headline says. We know that Harry's a leaker, just like his fake black wife, right? We know these things. These have been proven time and time again. People magazine literally admitted in one of their own stories that Harry emailed them, and so much so that People magazine went back and took out that segment from that piece when that happened. So, there is no doubt in my mind that when we hear this information, a U.S. source says there is a determination on both sides to make this happen. No. This comes from Harry. This is his wishful thinking. And it's the same thing that Meghan does. She puts something out in the press, hoping that it'll come true, wanting people to see it. That's all it is. And what makes it even worse is that every single one, I think it started in the Mirror or I think it started in the Telegraph, one of the two, right? One of those pro-Harry publications. And that was who it was by. A U.S. source. Nobody is pretending the wider family issues have been resolved, but this is about beginning with Charles and Harry. Okay. You know, this is the problem that we have here is you couldn't just go and do it yourself, or you couldn't just man up. And of course he can't man up. He has no balls. They're in Meghan's purse. You know, put out a story. Instead of saying this shit, why don't you say Harry is really looking forward to going to the UK. He's really looking forward to making an effort to see his father. He's really going to try. No. There's a determination on both sides. No, there isn't. Everybody knows that. There's no determination on Charles's side or William's or Catherine's, on anyone on that side. Everybody knows that. That's why. This is a leak from the testicle-headed moron. That's all it is. For the first time in a long time, there's a genuine sense that reconciliation is within reach. And I've said this about that point many times in the recent past, is I'm going to laugh when this happens because it's going to prove that King Charles, if this does happen, if he does do it, which, as we said, this is a leak from Harry, but if there is a reconciliation, it's because Charles doesn't care. He cares about his son. He cares about himself. He obviously doesn't care about his country. He doesn't care about the monarchy, right? About the backstabbing, right? He doesn't care about the people that have been online defending him, the royalists. He doesn't care about them. He cares about his darling boy. And I'm going to laugh, and I'm sorry that people are going to take offense to that, but I am, because I've seen some very toxic talking when it comes to that. Don't blame Charles. Don't do it. What are you going to do, royalists? It's a question to the royalists out there. What are you going to do if Charles goes along with it when you've been defending him for 5 years? Prince Harry's team, yes, we know this comes from Prince Harry's team, and the palace have opened a line of communication. And there is every hope that the father and son will see one another when the client returns to London.